In 2005, South Carolina made the biggest hire in program history, bringing in Steve Spurrier to lead the Gamecocks. 11 years later, the HBC still going strong, trying to lead USC to that first ever SEC championship. I sat down with the head man after practice earlier today to discuss the upcoming season. Coach, 11th season now with the Gamecocks. Surprised at how long?
Derek, it goes fast, doesn't it? I was talking to a guy the other day. He said, see, time moving faster the older you get in life. But it does seem like just the other day, in 05, we were here kicking it off, and away we went. And oddly enough, we had a very similar season last year as we did my first year. I think we finished 7-6. We lost the bowl game, though, and last year we won the bowl game, which is huge to sort of rejuvenate, give you enthusiasm going through the offseason and preparing for the next year.
Talking with Steve Jr. on Sunday, and we got to talking about, this is really, I guess, the first year in your era of the unknown at quarterback, with a guy coming in that hasn't really had a starting game. Your thoughts on enjoying that challenge? Does it make you nervous at all, or what are your thoughts on having a guy that's coming in that hasn't really had it?
Well, it is what it is. They just haven't played much. We always hope that we get enough of a lead in 3 or 4 games that you can let the backup player maybe play the whole fourth quarter. But that did not happen last year. Every game was really close. Dylan Thompson went the distance in all but 2, I think. So we didn't get much experience, but yet these guys have been practicing, and they've had a wonderful summer throwing the ball around with their receivers and their teammates. And Connor Mitch, he should be ready. Perry Orr's a good player. Scarnecchia and Lorenzo Nunez, he's a dual threat. He can do both. So we got a lot of good players here.
In all your years of coaching, how frustrating was last year for you?
Well, it was difficult because I had not lost many games at all with a 2-touchdown lead with 4 or 5 minutes left. And we lost 3 of them. And had another one that we could have won at Auburn that we didn't. But again, sometimes you just got to shake it off. You got to say, hey, we've won our share of the close games. We've been watching the tapes of last year with our quarterbacks and receivers. We're very fortunate to beat East Carolina, extremely fortunate to beat Georgia, unbelievably fortunate to beat Florida down in the swamp, and even the Miami game was a 3-point game that could have gone either way. So we don't need to be sitting here and saying we're unlucky or unfortunate, because we had a lot of good fortune last year. We were blessed to come out of that year with a winning season. So we're fired up, and hopefully we can perform and coach a lot better this coming year.
A lot of young talent for you this year. I know it's exciting for you to have all that, but I know it also has to be a little uneasy because you don't know how they're going to perform at the highest level. Your thoughts on that going into this year?
Well, it's just what it is, and these guys can play, though. They prove it on the practice field. This is where they earn the right to go play, and we have confidence that they will really represent University of South Carolina in a very positive way. We may drop a pass, throw a bad one here and there, but again, our guys got to shake it off and realize that they are good players and very capable of leading us to a very good season.
How badly do you want to get back to Atlanta? I know it's a place.
Well, that's been our goal. That's been our goal. And sometimes you got to be realistic as you go through each season. But yeah, we haven't lost that goal. Now, whether or not this team can get there or not, we got to go play it out. This team could gel and be a real good one. We got to wait and find out.
You ultimately pleased with the brand that South Carolina football has turned into since you've gotten here in 2005?
Well, it's been better than what it's been in the past, I guess. We've won a lot of games. We've done about everything except win the SEC. We've beat our in-state rival a bunch of times in a row, won a bunch of bowl games. I think that's maybe the biggest thing we've done, other than the 11 wins 3 years in a row, was having 4 straight bowl wins. In my 12 years at Florida, we did have 3 in a row one time, but we never had 4 in a row.